clearly didn't always stay away from politics. I'm just looking at several public pronouncements you made after Mr. Aquino was replaced by President Duterte. Announcements and public comments which many in the Philippines took as directly critical of President Duterte and his strategy. For example, in his war, his crackdown on drugs criminals, you went out in public with your concern about the way in which lists were being published of judges, senior police people, senior security officials who were suspected of involvement in the drugs trade. Why did you decide, as a judge, to make such public comments?
You know, it's not a political statement at all, Stephen. To the contrary, it just was a very diplomatic reminder that every official is bound to observe the constitutional guarantees of due process. I had a judiciary that I was leading. I must make sure that in the face of a very strong presidency, the Chief Justice will weigh in and say, please, Mr. President, do not treat the judiciary this way. Every judge has the right to due process, and the moment you pronounce their names as suspects in a narco list, you effectively destroy their efficacy as judges. They were forced to go into hiding because of the fear that their lives were in danger. I have a duty to discharge, Stephen, and I did that not only with respect to the drug campaign, but also with respect to an attempt by the House of Representatives to take to task certain of the justices of the Court of Appeals for a decision they rendered. I have a duty to always protect the independence of the judiciary, not political at all.
You say not political at all. That's not the way Mr. Duterte saw it. When you made your comments about these lists, and also you advised officials not to hand themselves in without an official warrant, Duterte said that you were putting him in a corner. And then he got even more angry after you made some public comments about his decision to impose martial law right across Mindanao, because you said, well, in some places martial law is applicable, but in other places I don't think you should be doing it. Again, in the United States, in Western Europe, chief justices of a Supreme Court would not be making these very high-profile public political comments.
In the face of very strong pronouncements where the president himself seems to be leading us towards a system where basically he thought that he could disregard the constitutional guarantees of due process to our judges and even our citizens, I am forced to remind everyone of the Constitution. Remember, Stephen, the fight for our democracy is an ongoing one. It's not as if we have a very stable system. The democracy in my country must be guarded at all times.